a very structured poem called a sestina, and there are 6 words, and each of the word has to come back in each stanza. So when you listen to the piece, there's going to be a word associated with a percussion instrument. But I was like, we're gonna have them do this monologue of what it's like to be a deep thinker in Los Angeles. There's references to the Man's Chinese Theater, and like other LA things. But what I found hilarious about it is that there are some inflections, I think, if you're from LA, how you would say something. So not to put a stereotype on people from my area, but we have a tendency to say like well, in everything with an upwards inflection, like we're always talking about something. And like I went to go have a Starbucks, and like I went on the 405, and there's just like so much traffic. You know, I know everybody brings up the Californians, which I really don't like, but ultimately I get it. Like I get it. Yes, see, not like the Californians. With a slight bit of vocal fry, if there are any singers in this audience. So what tickles me, I was listening to the performance last night, is there's this word or something, and I realized I still say that myself. So I guess guilty, but to me it just shows kind of like the fatuous nature of some, I don't want to say some Angelinos, but you know, it's very tongue-in-cheek how to be a deep thinker in Los Angeles. I think it's a fun piece.
It's a really interesting piece, and it's such an interesting foil compared to what you'll hear just before it, March, to go from a full ensemble piece to a solo work that's spoken. Do you have any questions or anything that or any students you want to comment on anything that we've done in the last 2 days? Any questions about the pieces?
It is Ask Me Anything.
Well, there may be time for some questions after. When we finish the concert, we'll have a reception out in the lobby. Hope we can hang around for a little bit. Jennifer will be there. We really appreciate you being here, and we hope you enjoy this performance tonight. We'll be back on stage in just a few minutes, and we'll start right at 7:30. Thank you, Jen.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Welcome to Fayetteville and welcome back to the University of Arkansas campus. Thank you for joining us in this beautiful place, the Faulkner Performing Arts Center, designed especially for music on our campus. My name is Chris Knighton. I'm a professor in the Department of Music, and it's my privilege to serve as director of bands here at the University of Arkansas in my home state. We're really glad that you could be here with us tonight. This has been a really unique 3 days. We have guest composer, guest conductor, guest artist. You're going to see and hear a little bit from all of them this evening. This has been a terrific experience for us, and we're glad that you could be here. 3 years ago, our university celebrated its 150th anniversary. In 1871, the University of Arkansas was formed just across campus, and 3 years later, there was a band on this campus. There has been instrumental music on this land for 150 years, and the tradition that grew from 14 people in 1874 now includes more than 400 students. More than 200 of them are not music majors who want to continue to be involved in music. And as part of our land grant mission in this state, it's a great opportunity to engage not only with people who want to be musicians later in life and pursue it perhaps as a career, but to also just be involved with so many people who love music. So this year, this academic year that we're in now, is the 150th anniversary of our band program. And 3 years ago, we started a 3-year, 6-semester track of programming with the Wind Ensemble. We've done something with all of our bands in some way to celebrate our 150th this year, but I thought we'd go a little bit deeper to kind of lead up to this with the Wind Ensemble. And so we chose the title Music of Our Time, literally music of the last 150 years. So much great music for this medium of large band and all types of combinations of wind and percussion groups. Works by Granger and Holst and Von Williams, Bernstein, Copeland. But the title is a double entendre. It's also meant to be music of our time for these students, the students that are here now, and the music that is unique to this day, which is a vital part of our curriculum. As a part of this, we've put resources towards giving all of our students opportunity to interact with composers, conductors, et cetera, through this time. So we've had people here like the performing group Eighth Blackbird, Jennifer Jolley, who you've already heard from tonight. You'll hear her music this evening. Pauline Oliveros, Michele Fernandez, Roberto Sierra, Viet Cuong, Zhu Tian, Xu Ying Li, Anthony Barfield, Omar Thomas. So many people that these students have had opportunities to work with through this time. And so this is a really great opportunity for us to continue that this last semester of this 6-semester cycle. And we're doing something a little bit different this semester. We're doing 3 concerts rather than 2. And you're here for the first one, and you're going to hear from several people tonight. We're really glad that you're here. We're going to begin with a very unique piece to open a concert. This is called United in Rhythm, Unidan in Ritmo by Michele Fernandez. Originally from Cuba, and was teaching in the Miami area for a while, is now composing music for all types of bands, young bands, much more experienced bands. This is a setting of a song in 4 different Cuban styles, United in Rhythm. while we're doing a little change here on stage, I want to tell you a little about what's going to happen next. Dr. Damon Talley is the director of bands at Louisiana State University. Very noted conductor, interpreter, terrific musician. Tomorrow we'll have our annual conducting symposium. We have almost 30 people from about 9 different states who have traveled to Fayetteville yesterday and today, who will be each having 2 12-minute sessions of conducting with this ensemble. This is something that we started several years ago, primarily out of an opportunity to show students what the impact of conducting can do, that it's not just a unique art form, but it's a great teaching tool. It's a great way to help people become more expressive. It's a great tool to use in classrooms for students of all ages and all experience levels. So we'll have people here tomorrow who are conducting this group who are undergraduates. There are some people who are graduate students here. We have graduate students from Colorado, Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Georgia, Louisiana. We have people who are very experienced public school teachers. We have university professors. We have a retired teacher who's gone back to school to get a doctorate in music education. It's a really diverse sample, but it's, wow, what a great opportunity for our students to see people who want to continue to get better at their craft and who are committed to this art form. It's an opportunity for us to talk about nonverbal communication, to talk about teaching, but it's also a great way for us to reinforce something that you all obviously know, which is the arts are vital for people in schools. They're vital for public schools. They are not extracurricular. They're a vital part of the curriculum. And music, as all art forms are essential to the development of the human spirit. So all of these people on stage, the people who are here tomorrow, those of you who are here tonight, we all get that. But wow, what a great way to celebrate this and to have these interactions with Dr. Jolley and Dr. Talley and other artists you'll hear from in a little bit. Dr. Talley is here because he's our guest clinician, and he'll be working alongside us tomorrow with these people in not only teaching the people who are on the podium, but also really engaging with all of these students. We're going to perform a piece next by composer John Mackey called This Cruel Moon. Please welcome to the stage Dr. Damon Talley. What I didn't tell you earlier about this 3-year cycle across 6 semesters is that we've come full circle in a way. The first composer that we invited to come here to begin this process of celebrating music of our time was Jennifer Jolley. And last summer I started to plan out the curriculum for the concerts through the year and looking at the arch of what this cycle has been and the experiences we've had that have come out of these opportunities. And I knew we had to have Dr. Jolley back. We had such a great time with her several years ago. And so we've expanded a little bit. Last night we had a chamber recital of her music. 16 students from this ensemble performed. And some of you were here earlier tonight. We had a pre-concert talk about the next 2 pieces that you'll hear of hers. But I'd like to, first of all, introduce you to all of you who were not here earlier and also invite her to say a few words about these 2 pieces. Dr. Jennifer Jolley.
Hello, everyone. It is wonderful to be back here. It has been 3 years. I've had the wonderful last few days of working with the students, creating music together, and just being back in the community. So thank you so much for coming tonight. I won't talk too long because I think you'd rather hear my musical notes than my written ones, but a couple of pieces. The first one is March with an exclamation point. You could probably read a little bit more about that in the program, but I thought I'd share with you a quick anecdote because the thesis of this piece is that I love marches so much, but I also wanted to destroy them and just be impish and just see what I can do to stretch what our definition of a march is. And I remember I had my parents watch the live stream premiere of this piece, and my dad said, I really love the piece. The playing of the Korean national anthem reminded me of my time in Korea when I met your mother, and it made me a little bit teary-eyed. He said, but Jen, you can't destroy the march. Marches are celebratory and they bring good things, and like people love hearing marches. And I said, Dad, it's complicated. And it's true. I feel like this piece, March, is kind of like my complication, my love for the march, because I think they're just so fascinating and you can't live without them. You can't actually destroy marches, Dad, as I told him. But also, like, marches can be used in different, like, propaganda ways and, like, for tyrannical government. So anyways, that's kind of like my statement of trying to, figure out my complicated love for the march. And for the piece afterward, How to Be a Deep Thinker in Los Angeles, I am an Angelino. I can speak freeway, so, and yes, I can have that inflection, but this is kind of an exercise of a very structured poem written by Kendall A. that also has a very cyclical nature to it, and you'll hear that in this piece tonight. Anyways, again, thanks for coming out, and I hope you enjoy this piece. Thank you.
be beyond our view, moved. Out of sight millions of years ago, leaving their light to tell us where they were once. Stars of our galaxy, though, will always be with us. While these others leave and take their separate journeys, it's good to know that a few at least are going in the same empty direction. At the same rate as us. That's another thing. At least we have a direction. Riding on this hurtling discus of a galaxy. With our brother and sister stars in its incredibly futile journey. Some of the galaxies in the center have hardly even moved, I bet, and just spin there, wishing they were more like us. The movers and shakers of the universe. Once, I thought it would be good to be created. Just here on the spot, all at once, in a special and fixed place, non-vector for lack of motion and direction. A special place made by a loving God just for us. However, now I see that it's a beautiful thing, our galaxy. And if it's God who caused it, I'm glad for the granted ability to move. And I'm thankful to the boon for giving us our journey, even though it's a pretty dark universe. The journey isn't completely dark, I guess. After all, we can see further than we could once. And like I said before, there are other stars to accompany us on our move. Heaven knows where we're going. But it's not like we can stop and ask for direction. Or get off our speeding galaxy at the next stop like it was the metro train. Or a taxi cab saying, "That's far enough for us. Thank you." As it continues on its way without us. Kind of funny, if you think about it. Ending our journey as if it were a trip to Mann's Chinese Theater or the Galaxy Theater next door. And we were just Hollywood tourists or something. We could only get off once, of course, but who knows? There are different directions to explore. And maybe there's another moving galaxy willing to pick us up. As long as we're moving, that's the important thing, regardless of who takes us. Hell, I don't really care about the directions. Or even, what's the saying? It's not the destination, but the journey. Right? Yeah, that's what I think. Though for once, I kind of like it if we're in one of those less controlled galaxies. I find moving on this spiral crack too structured for a journey. I mean, as long as it's taking us nowhere in particular, why not once we're in and heading in the right direction, let us choose our own spot in the galaxy. Thank you.